Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. This week, Scorpio, we're looking at your energy, the energy outside of you, and what these two energies are creating. And I'm going to use that since it's an energy reading. I'm going to use the Energy Oracle deck, and I'm going to use the Good Tarot. So, Scorpio, let's get started and see what the energies have to say to you. Scorpio, my Scorps tribe, your energy, the energy outside of you, what these two energies are creating. Your energy, goddess of the moon. So you might be going within right now, looking for internal insights, harnessing your intuition, following that. The energy outside of you is a thinking woman, wise, teacher, and understanding. What does that say? Sorry, I wrote some stuff on these cards. Blossoming wisdom within. So, you know, I shouldn't write things without my glasses on and then try to read them without my glasses on. Blossoming wisdom within. Oh, that's interesting. It could even be like one of yourself here. Like, I typically try not to ask about, like I say, it's not you, it's someone else or something else outside of you. But it is interesting that you could be, I don't know, you might be doing this to me in your reading. You might be like, no, it's all about us. It's all about us, Cindy. So it could be because it's almost like this blossoming wisdom from within. I mean, you could say that this is how you start that. So let's see how this continues to transform. What are these two energies creating right now? Well, victory, it's all good. So either way we read it, it's good. It's good. It's victory, success, achievement, excelente. The bottom is a woman holding the coin. There's a lot of women in this reading. There's like a lot of feminine energy in this reading. That's very interesting. So you have the feminine goddess energy, you have the feminine intellect energy, you have the victorious feminine energy, and then you have the financially victorious feminine energy. And again, this is not to exclude the guys. It's just your feminine energy is on fire. Your feminine energy is on fire, Scorpio. You're using it all really well here. So, and two, it could be like you're just being more receptive to things like information, downloads, being more receptive to that, formulating intelligent thoughts, blossoming your wisdom and your intellect. This is creating victory for you. Perhaps some very creative endeavors, maybe financially. It's kind of funny. I sort of feel like this is all about you. It's reading. All right, let's see. Let's see what the tarot does. Maybe Scorpio's having one of those weeks like, no, it's going to be all about us. Look at this. First three cards out. You have the Nine of Air, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. This is almost, wow, like you could be kind of anxious here about protecting some type of sovereignty for yourself. Protecting some type of sovereignty. I'm hearing like intellect, is it like intellectual property or... All right, let's see where this goes. So, okay, the energy outside of you, the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Water, and the Eight of Air. Victory, you have the Seven of Air, the Strength card, when the Ten of Air. Now, this is interesting. Now, I don't think that this is you over here. What is this? This is very intriguing. I would describe this as somebody, and it's, you know, interesting that's coming out in Scorpio, because over the years, like, I haven't had very many readings where I'll say, I feel like somebody's doing like energy work towards you, or black magic or something. You know, I don't even like saying those. So let's just clear that. Let's just clear that intent, that statement. Just clear that. But because where I will go with this is because the times that has come up on my channel does seem to come out for Scorpio. You're the one that I remember it for, not to say that it hasn't come out with others. I mean, I've done like, I don't know, over 2,000 bloody videos, so I can't remember them all. But there's something here about protecting. It's like your intellectual property. Now, when I say intellectual property, there could be, right, like this, the goddess of the moon and the 9 of Pentacles. Like, some of you could be spiritual workers yourself. Well, actually, it's funny when I say that, right? I feel like a lot of you are in your own way, and then doing things too that are not just necessarily defined as spiritual workers, like more incognito, which is also interesting here because you have the 7 of Swords for your victory. I don't know what you did, but you've done something here. And I want to say that I feel like it's closed off somebody's intellectual or energetic tie to you. You're defending this. There's also something about like a spiritual sovereignty here. Like defending spiritual sovereignty. Because the 9 of Air is difficult. Like all these birds to me do not feel, it doesn't feel like that's a good time for those to be flying around her. Like, as it's not, I don't know if it's meant to be supportive in this card. But a lot of times with what I get with this card is it would almost be better for them to back off. If she's about to leap off of this, the top of this mountain and learn to fly, right? Like you could misstep with all of that coming in, but it's the 9 of Swords too. So it's almost like too, there's like worrying about this or thinking about this. And then to have this 9 of Pentacles is to move from, it's to switch this 9 to being something that you worry about to be something that actually you turn that around and you create your physical sovereignty. But because it's sitting under the goddess of the moon, I want to say it's also your spiritual sovereignty. And it's guarded by the 7 of Wands. So you are doing something here to protect your spiritual sovereignty, your spiritual and intellectual sovereignty. I don't know how else to describe this except like some sort of negative energy work that might have been directed towards you, whether this is intentional or not. And it could just be kind of like simple evil eye kind of shit, like some sort of envy directed towards you. But right, it's like this feels very chaotic. This is not how I'm jumping off this cliff. I need to protect this energy. And then, but it's almost like you send something back to whoever sent it to you in the first place, right? Because now all these birds sit calmly around her. She's got the mask on. There is a need for a mask. Like, well, I don't know. There is mask. She's got a slightly painted mask, and this 9 of Pentacles is wearing a mask. So you're doing something that nobody knows about. Say that too. You're doing something that nobody knows about, but you're bringing the birds into you. So you're bringing this into you. This energy outside of you, right? Like this is how you'll see why I see this so strongly. So this is what your two energies are creating. You're getting sneaky. you're getting sneaky or you're being covert. And probably, well, I mean, the way I'm looking at this energy, there's probably a legitimate reason here for that. You're protecting your spiritual sovereignty. And what this is creating victory. I want to say victory for you and probably victory for this person, because whether they know that they're doing this or not, it's not in their higher good. It wouldn't be in their higher good. It is putting an end to whatever this is. They've got the 10 of Swords. That's like, that's it. That's over. So, and it's like, there's nothing. It's, you see how too, like they're blowing? It's almost like they're blowing. That's over. They can't blow it at you anymore. Whatever this was, they can't blow it at you anymore. Right? The birds have come to roost. The birds have come home to roost. What does that statement mean when you think about that? I always think like it's your karma being returned to you when the birds come home to roost. And here the birds have come home to roost. But on this side, all they get are the feathers. So somebody's been trying to do something to you spiritually here, and you've blocked it. And right, so the energy between the two of you is strength. And like, if I'm putting this on the table, this is this looking, right? I want to say it's strengthening perhaps maybe a boundary. It could be a spiritual boundary here. It's successfully blocking something. And so, look at this. So this energy, you know, it's interesting, like there's all this feminine cards that have come out. This could be like another woman towards you. If you are a woman, just putting that out there for who needs to hear it. But what I want to say is though, I feel like because like spiritual work is a very feminine energy, like the moon, the cosmos, nature, like all of those, when it's just allowed to be and do as it shall. It is sort of a very mysterious energy associated with femininity for the most part. So there is like, I want to say, I would connect that to why there's so much feminine energy here, because it is spiritual. Like, look at this card. So this card is on their side, like, right? It's like looking for you, trying to build with you. But it's like trying to build with you without considering your spiritual sovereignty. Look at these two cards, right? When you have the Page of Cups, again, it's like rising up and looking, but cut off. The Eight of Swords. Like there's a limitation that's been placed here, and all they have are these feathers. All they have are these feathers. You have successfully spiritually protected yourself. The Three of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Air, the Five of Air, and the Hierophant is your underline. It's a big underline. And look at the Hierophant. Isn't it interesting? Because the Hierophant is about doing like spiritual good. As it is above, so be it below. And then creating structures to support that. But yet I always find it interesting because her hands are tied above her head. It is a very sort of significant depiction of patriarchal energy, and then the matriarchal energy still finding a way to create, you know. So that it's, yeah, there's a very interesting theme in here in this reading. A slow path forward, and then Spirit shows you the way, perhaps even to cut things out. Is to work around this patriarchal energy. This could represent I don't know, for some of you, it could represent a masculine. It could represent another feminine who kind of works through very patriarchal types of energy. This could be a feminine who dislikes other feminines. And even to, I know, not all of the men that do come to my channel, but there's a heavier percentage of the men that do come to my channel who, just through their comments and interactions, that I understand that they would see them, or they define themselves. They're like gay men. And many of them seem to be, to me, like very feminine, very sensitive, very gentle, sort of kind souls. And I want to say this could even be like, for some of you, because I don't want to exclude you here because there is just so much feminine energy, but that is kind of like who you are. And even other gay men, like they see you as competition maybe, if you are more feminine in nature. There's definitely a weird energy here about the feminine being held back by sort of like this patriarchal energy. So, and anyone in your life that you could see who would like strongly support that. Yeah. But okay, so just know that you have successfully done something here. And because it's showing up as this, when I say done something here, you have successfully blocked some sort of spiritual attack. Whether this is somebody intentionally doing that or doing it through maybe following your social media too heavily, or like envy or jealousy with sort of an evil eye intent. But yeah, you've closed this off, and you've done it in a way that I don't think anyone knows how you've done it. So don't talk about it. With the Seven of Swords, don't talk about it. The birds have come down to roost for you, and this person is just left with feathers. Like there is a really strong, like feminine to feminine here on this table. So the goddess of the moon. The Eight of Wands. The Nine of Air. The Hermit and the Tower. There's something here that you've privately dealt with and privately broken down to give yourself spiritual sovereignty and freedom of movement. That's what the clarifiers are continuing to just sort of say here. The Nine of Earth. The Two of Swords. This may be an energy that has made it difficult for you to proceed in some ways. The Seven of Wands. I'm also just seeing those swords as like defense. The Ace of Wands. I don't know what you came up with, but it was the right thing to do. It's like you came up with some sort of idea here to defend yourself, and it worked, and it's working. Don't talk about it to anybody. Don't tell your best friend. Don't tell your mom, your dad, anybody. Because I'm not even going to clarify it. How about that for you, Scorpio? I'm not even going to clarify what this Seven of Air is. I'm going to leave it there. Because I think, too, it's important to understand that there could be some cross watchers coming in here. Not all are ones that are doing this to you, but there could be, and they don't need to know what you did, right? So, it's creating strength it's creating a barrier. It's holding this person back. The Four of Cups. Yeah, they can't, it's almost like they can't reach you. The Ten of Air. The King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Now, isn't it interesting how all this masculine is coming out? I said there's something about like this, I just want to call it like unhealthy patriarchal energy. It's somehow used towards you, against you, and you've successfully blocked it. So the thinking woman, this could be too like someone who is not thinking for themselves, and trying to utilize you for ideas or understanding the lessons they should be learning in life. The Hierophant and the Magician. Holy. Right, here we go again. There it is. Let's clarify this. The Hierophant. Well, it could not be worse patriarchal energy if I needed to pull out cards specifically. The Three of Swords and the Devil. Some of you, this could be a past partner. Wow. The Three of Earth. The Chariot. And the Eight of Swords. This person cannot connect to you. This person can't reach you, Scorpio. Whatever you've done, you've protected yourself. The Page of Water. Oh, I feel so silly telling Scorpio. I was like, don't tell anybody. Scorpio, like, Cindy, we are the epitome of don't tell anybody. Okay, the Page of Water, you have the High Priestess, the Emperor, and the Six of Wands. Yeah, this energy is trying to... Is this like some sort of weird masculine energy that's trying to defeat the feminine within you? But you've blocked it. The Eight of Air. The King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. This person might have love, but I don't think that they can direct it in a good way. Love has been blocked here. Maybe. Maybe there's even like, I don't know, maybe you have like a restraining order. Maybe it's like that. Like it could be. If it's not like a physical or legal restraining order here or something like that, I don't know, it is sort of like a spiritual restraining order. You've implemented like a spiritual restraining order to protect your spiritual sovereignty. Yeah, and victory. It's a lot of cards. Three of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Ah. Oh. I'm actually not going to talk about it because I feel like it's hiding. It's part of the things that you're working on here that you're protecting. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm really not. I am really not. We have at the bottom, we have the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, you're working on things. You're working on things. You're working hard here. You're doing good work. I'm going to leave it at that. So, the extended Scorpio. I'm going to use the same two decks. I'm not going to shuffle them though. I'm going to see how this energy continues to change and transform into the future. Okay, so we're going to do that. Oh yeah, well that's basically it. Like your energy, their energy, the energy outside, or the energy outside of you, and what these two energies are creating. I'm just going to pull from the top of those decks again. I'm going to use a new teeny tiny tarot. So I have a full deck to clarify. And that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much, Scorps. Till next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.